Have you ever considered that to have a better day, perhaps we don't need to seek out something new or magical? Instead, we might find happiness and peace by returning to the simple things we already have. Sometimes what we need isn't a major transformation or a perfect life, but just a few small habits, seemingly simple actions that hold the power to uplift our mindset and spirit. Stoicism, with its teachings on patience, acceptance, and self-discipline, doesn't call on us to control the world around us. It asks just one simple thing: to control ourselves. Stoicism teaches us that rather than being caught up in turmoil, worry, and endless desires, we should focus on the small things and gradually nurture an inner calm. This doesn't require dramatic changes. It just needs small, consistent habits each day that build inner strength and keep us steady through life's challenges. In today's video, we'll explore 9 simple yet powerful habits from Stoicism, habits you can easily adopt to make each day better. Each habit is a small part of a larger journey, helping you cultivate calmness, gratitude, and joy in each moment. Watch until the end of the video and choose at least one habit to try today. Starting with the smallest steps, you'll begin to feel the shift and experience the strength Stoicism brings to everyday life. Ready? Let's begin this journey together and see how these small habits can transform an ordinary day into something truly special. Habit 1. Be grateful for what you have. Gratitude doesn't stem from grand, luxurious things, but from how we appreciate the small, simple moments in life. Have you ever wondered how many of us pause each morning to feel grateful just for being alive, breathing fresh air, and watching the sunrise? In those first waking moments, gratitude can fill us with calm and motivation, like a gentle light guiding us through the day's challenges. When gratitude fills your heart, you're no longer swayed by what you lack. When a colleague boasts about buying a new car, rather than feeling envious, you can look at your own car and feel content. Gratitude allows you to stop, recognize the value of what you have, rather than focusing on what you don't. As Marcus Aurelius wisely wrote, "Do not indulge in dreams of what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess, and then thankfully remember how you would crave for them if they were not yours." Imagine a morning scene. You're heading to work, and it suddenly starts to rain. You feel frustrated, knowing you'll likely arrive with wet shoes. But if you pause, you might realize that not everyone has the luxury of dry shoes. Some walk for hours on rugged paths, often with only bare feet. Would you still feel as confident and content if you didn't have those shoes? So, here's a question. Have you ever paused to feel grateful for the most basic things, like a warm meal or a roof over your head? Things we take for granted are sometimes what others long for most. Gratitude isn't a natural state. It's a habit that must be cultivated daily. One of the most effective ways is to write down the things you feel grateful for each day. This could be done in the quiet moments of morning or evening as you reflect on the day. Just a few lines about the positives you experienced can shift your mind from chasing what's missing to valuing what's present. Practicing gratitude also involves letting go of negative thoughts and acknowledging what we take for granted. You might think health is a given until you face an illness. You might assume family will always be there until you witness others who don't have that same comfort. Ask yourself each morning, what can I feel grateful for today? You might be surprised at how gratitude can spring from the smallest things: a warm cup of coffee, a joyful conversation, or simply the gift of a new day. This awareness helps you step off the relentless cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. In a world full of turmoil and competition, gratitude is our path to peace amid life's highs and lows. When we're grateful for what we have, we free ourselves from the burdens of desire and pressure. And each day, when we wake with gratitude, we begin our day with peace and a quiet joy. Habit 2. Prepare for tomorrow tonight. If we're honest with ourselves, sometimes a bad day happens simply because we didn't prepare the night before. Picture this. You have an important meeting tomorrow, but you haven't made any preparations. The next morning becomes a mad rush, filled with pressure and cluttered thoughts. In contrast, if you'd reviewed the necessary materials, chosen your outfit, and thought through what you planned to say the night before, you'd wake up feeling calm and ready. To make this mindset a consistent practice, try creating a nightly routine before bed. Start by thinking of 3 important tasks for the next day. Don't leave it vague. Be specific and ask yourself, what truly matters tomorrow? It could be completing a project, learning a new skill, or spending time with family. By setting clear priorities, you give yourself a roadmap for the day ahead. Repeating this habit will not only boost your productivity, but also reduce the anxiety that comes with uncertainty. You might also ask, how will I respond if unexpected situations arise tomorrow? For instance, if a coworker suddenly takes a day off, leaving you to cover their responsibilities, imagine how you would handle it. The night before, you could leave some open time in your schedule for last-minute adjustments, as Seneca advised. Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare. Be prepared to adapt, embracing the imperfection that is life itself. I remember a time when every morning felt like a mini crisis. Each day, I'd wake up overwhelmed, with the alarm blaring and my mind racing through a list of tasks. I'd still run late, scrambling to find clothes, hastily preparing breakfast, with my mind tangled like a mess of wires. By the time I got to work, I was already drained, not refreshed. I knew something had to change, but I wasn't sure how until I came across Stoicism, and a simple idea struck me. I could prepare for the day ahead by organizing myself the night before. It sounds basic, but for me, it was a revelation. I decided to spend 15 minutes each evening listing the top 3 priorities for the next day. These might include a major morning meeting, an after-work exercise session, or calling my family. Writing them down felt like having a partner in planning, clearing my mind after a long day. A key part of this nightly preparation is also reflecting on what you accomplished that day. It's a time to encourage yourself, acknowledging what went well and what you could improve. Don't just promise to be better prepared. Start with the smallest habits. Preparation helps you avoid the spiral of unexpected chaos and lets you savor your achievements, no matter how small. Start with just one evening and see how it feels. Take a few minutes tonight to plan for tomorrow, set your intentions, and organize your thoughts. Notice the difference it brings, how a little preparation can ease your morning, calm your mind, and set you on a smoother path for the day ahead. Habit 3. Pour your heart into each action. After preparing the night before, you can start your day with purpose, free from the worry of what to do next. But what will help you maintain that focus and efficiency throughout the day? The answer lies in the ability to concentrate on one task at a time. In a world full of distractions and overlapping responsibilities, it's easy to fall into the trap of multitasking. However, as Stoics emphasized, directing all your attention to a single task not only boosts effectiveness, but also brings a profound sense of peace. Why is this so important? Think about days when you've tried to juggle too many things at once, only to end up with a series of half-finished tasks. It's natural to think that doing everything at once is optimal, but it actually drains our energy and lowers the quality of our work. Multitasking doesn't help us move faster. It just pushes us toward exhaustion. Imagine you're working on an important report while also handling emails and taking calls from clients. In such a scenario, you can't fully concentrate on any one task, and as a result, the quality of each suffers. Does this approach sound dull? Is focusing on one thing at a time truly effective? Marcus Aurelius assures us that it is. Concentrate every minute like a Roman, like a man, on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, tenderly, willingly, with justice, and on freeing yourself from all other distractions. When you immerse yourself in the present and in the actions at hand, you give yourself the opportunity to truly understand and achieve the highest quality. Multitasking often draws us in, not because it's truly necessary, but because it gives us a false sense of productivity. Yet, as Marcus suggests, when we focus entirely on each action and each step, we not only achieve better outcomes, but also find greater peace. A practical way to start this habit is by breaking down large tasks. Rather than trying to complete a massive project all at once, divide it into smaller, manageable parts that you can address one at a time. Each completed part becomes a small victory, a step closer to the final goal. When you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, what is most important right now? What task deserves my full focus? Set aside distractions and focus solely on that one thing, completing it with all your energy and heart. This approach not only enhances productivity, but also allows you to see the value of your efforts in each task. This question not only helps you organize your work, but also offers a perspective on the worth of each action and moment. So, instead of chasing the illusion of efficiency, learn to pause, take a deep breath, and give your all to what you're doing right now. This is the path to success and tranquility that the Stoics encourage us to follow. Habit 4. Move slowly but steadily. In the rush of daily work, we often feel compelled to do more, faster. But ask yourself, does finishing everything in a flash guarantee quality? Does focusing solely on numbers and achievements bring true satisfaction? The habit of moving slowly but steadily frees us from this pressure, guiding us to appreciate the long road ahead, where each small step holds meaningful progress. Imagine learning a new skill, like playing an instrument or studying a language. At first, progress may seem painfully slow. In the beginning, you might only learn a few new words or chords, making you question your ability or wonder if it's too difficult. But this is precisely when the habit of slow and steady becomes essential. If you practice just 10 or 15 minutes each day, over time, you'll see steady progress. Learning a few new words daily or mastering a short piece of music. All these small steps add up to your larger goal. The habit of moving slowly but steadily frees us from this pressure, guiding us to appreciate the long road ahead, where each small step holds meaningful progress. Epictetus once said, "No great thing is created suddenly." Indeed, grand achievements never come all at once. Every moment we spend improving ourselves is a small brick building a strong foundation. The steady habit of moving forward, even incrementally, transforms fleeting efforts into lasting accomplishments. The Stoics also understood that haste often leads to mistakes and a lack of focus. When you rush, you're more likely to miss important details, compromising the quality of your work. By moving slowly and steadily, you gain control over each step, ensuring that your work is done to the highest standard. We can apply this philosophy to any task, whether it's small or large. Take, for instance, writing an important email. Instead of rushing to get it over with, take your time to choose each word carefully, ensuring your message is conveyed with precision. Or, when working on a project, invest time in thoroughly analyzing each detail rather than being swept up in the pressure to finish quickly. The result is not only high-quality work, but also a sense of satisfaction and calm. This habit of slowing down also frees us from the race to find happiness, allowing us to savor small joys and simple achievements. Imagine taking a leisurely walk in the park, admiring each flower and blade of grass. In those moments, the world feels richer and more peaceful without any need to hurry. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly paused to enjoy a small moment in life? Are you willing to try this habit of moving slowly but steadily and see the difference it brings? For the Stoics, slowing down wasn't about giving up ambition or motivation. It was about learning to enjoy the journey. The habit of moving slowly but steadily will, over time, make us more resilient, happier, and, most importantly, help us live a life that feels complete. Habit 5. Encourage yourself as a friend. This habit might be one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself, especially in difficult times or when facing major challenges. It's not about inflating your ego, but rather a form of mental care that helps maintain stability and strength in the face of adversity. Imagine you're about to enter an important meeting or interview you've been waiting for. The anxiety might feel overwhelming, leading to tension and self-doubt. This is the moment to pause and ask yourself, what can I do to steady myself? One answer is to cheer yourself on, even with a few gentle words like, "I can do this," or "I've prepared for this." These words may not change the situation, but they serve as a mental boost, strengthening your confidence just when you need it most. Encouraging yourself isn't self-deception. It's a way of shifting from negative to positive emotions. Try it before a big event, a presentation, or even a social gathering that makes you anxious. Trust in your own enthusiasm in these moments. Many athletes use this technique before competing. They remind themselves of their efforts and focus during training, reassuring themselves that they're ready to give their best. Even if you don't feel naturally confident, self-encouragement can build a temporary layer of confidence, making the event smoother, and its effects can extend beyond a single moment, positively influencing your day, your week, and even your life. Practicing self-encouragement doesn't have to be limited to high-stress situations. You can make it a daily habit by writing down affirmations each morning. I am strong. I can handle whatever comes my way today. The more you write or say these positive statements, the more confidence becomes a natural part of you. The question is, do we truly believe in our abilities, or do we only hear the negative voices within ourselves? Think back to a time you faced a challenge and told yourself, I'm not good enough, or I can't do this. What was the outcome? Chances are that self-imposed negativity held you back or caused you to miss an opportunity. Next time, instead of doubting yourself, try flipping the situation. Before a significant task, tell yourself, this is my chance to show my hard work. This self-encouragement will help you approach the challenge with a stronger spirit. We often tend to be gentler and more forgiving with others than we are with ourselves. When a friend feels like they've failed, we say, it's okay, you've got this, or everyone makes mistakes. So why don't we say the same to ourselves? Today, are you ready to try cheering yourself on? Instead of waiting for encouragement from others, create that source of strength within yourself. Even small words of self-support can become a guiding light, helping you navigate and overcome every challenge in your path. Habit 6. Change your perspective. Renew your mind. Before moving forward, I want to thank you for staying with me on this journey. We're already more than halfway there, which means you're close to conquering the challenge I set at the beginning of this video. Let's push forward together. Now, let's continue. In Stoicism, changing your perspective isn't simply looking at things from a different angle. It's an intentional process to refresh the mind, cultivate positive emotions, and restore energy for life's demands. Imagine a day overwhelmed by stressful tasks, endless emails, and a packed schedule. Despite your best efforts, you feel drained and unfocused. Rather than struggling on, the Stoics encourage us to rest and shift our perspective to regain balance. A simple yet powerful solution is to change your environment. You don't need a long getaway. Try a stroll through a nearby park, breathe in the fresh air, and let the greenery lift your spirits. If possible, a short trip somewhere new, even for a few hours, can do wonders for your mind. Seeing fresh sights, hearing unfamiliar sounds, and inhaling different scents can spark positive energy to carry back into daily life. In fact, many successful people use this method to refresh and inspire their minds. Renowned writers like Ernest Hemingway emphasized the value of changing environments to foster creativity. He often left Paris for fishing villages or untamed forests where he found fresh inspiration. You, too, can try this, whether it's a ticket to a new destination or simply exploring an unfamiliar neighborhood to release your mind from rigidity and exhaustion. However, shifting perspective goes beyond location changes. Often, it's about rethinking situations. Our minds are frequently swayed by negative thoughts when facing difficulties, and a fresh perspective allows us to view challenges with a calmer approach. Picture a recent heated debate with a colleague where anger and frustration took over. Instead of reacting impulsively, try stepping back and looking at the issue differently. Why might your colleague hold that view? Is there something valuable to learn from this exchange? By adjusting your perspective, you can not only break free from negative emotions, but also gain valuable insights from the experience. Changing your perspective is a process that requires patience and practice, but its benefits are profound. It helps us maintain balance and positivity, shielding us from being swept away by negative emotions and keeping our minds free from the shadows of unhelpful thoughts. You might ask yourself, is there something in my life that needs a fresh perspective? Could this fatigue be a signal to rest and refresh my mind? Remember, renewing the mind isn't just about entertainment, it's a responsibility to yourself, helping you continue working, loving, and living in a healthy way. This small habit, practiced consistently, will strengthen your spirit and turn each day into a journey of discovery. Habit 7. Do good for others. In Stoicism, the purpose of life is never confined to self-interest. Instead, it extends to the community. This is not for self-centered reasons, but because, as Marcus Aurelius wrote, that which is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bees. In his view, an individual reaches true fulfillment when they contribute to the collective happiness and well-being. From the Stoic perspective, serving others is how we grow most profoundly, finding inner peace and connecting to something greater than our own small selves. Helping others brings two major benefits. First, it makes us happier. Looking back on our best moments, most are likely tied to actions focused on others. Think about how it feels when you support a friend in need, perhaps a colleague overwhelmed with work. You offered your time to help them finish tasks or simply listen to their struggles. This act not only uplifts the person, but also reminds you of your own value. Compassion, empathy, and the willingness to help give our lives greater purpose. Compassion allows us to broaden our perspective, moving beyond personal struggles and experiencing the richness of life's diversity. For instance, when you lend a hand to a stranger, helping an elderly person cross the street, or carrying bags for a mother with children, this empathy brings you closer to the people around you, fostering a sense of unity. Second, helping others provides a way to learn valuable lessons for our own lives. We all face personal challenges, and some days it feels like nothing is going right. But when we focus on helping someone else, there's a shift from feeling powerless to feeling energized. For example, when you guide someone through mental challenges like anxiety or stress, you're also building your own resilience. You're not just offering inspiration, you're gaining knowledge and reinforcing the belief that challenges are surmountable. In doing so, you cultivate calm and confidence, core values of a Stoic. Another rewarding aspect of serving others is the fulfillment and peace of knowing we're living with purpose. When you ask, "What can I do to help someone else?" you take a break from your own worries. This act pulls us out of the cycle of personal stress and concerns. During times of fatigue or discouragement, ask yourself, could helping someone today change their life? The answer is almost always yes. Small acts of kindness often lead to profound positive changes in others' lives and make us feel more hopeful, resilient, and engaged. This is especially significant for those who may feel lost or without clear goals. When you give kindness, you receive fulfillment, a contentment that no material thing can replace. Helping others isn't always easy, especially in today's busy, high-pressure world. Yet with just a little care, a bit of time, and a touch of kindness, you can make an incredible difference. As Marcus Aurelius wisely advised, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one. So, are you ready to make kindness a daily habit? Habit 8. Embrace rest to restore balance. Think about those days when you feel utterly drained, so tired that focusing seems almost impossible. This is your body and mind signaling a need for rest. Yet, it's easy to fall into the trap of postponing relaxation, thinking we need to just finish it all. You might tell yourself, if I take a break, I won't complete my work on time. But the truth is that when you're exhausted, your productivity suffers. The Stoics understood this well and emphasized the importance of moments of stillness, not only for recovery, but also to enhance focus and emotional control. Many people wonder, how can I relax when my mind is constantly swirling with worries? Relaxation isn't a complex or foreign practice. Imagine spending a quiet evening with a good book or soaking in warm water. Such moments not only help you unwind, but also teach you to focus on each step of the experience, a valuable skill for handling stress. The magic of rest lies in its ability to restore a sense of control, enabling you to recharge and return to work and life more effectively. Ask yourself, when was the last time you paused everything and took time just for you? Do you often feel stress and anxiety that seem never-ending? This is all too common, but when the Stoics spoke of rest, they didn't mean merely leaving work behind. They referred to a state of mental renewal, helping us return to life with a clearer mindset. Epictetus once said, "It is not things that disturb us, but our interpretation of their significance." Proactively resting doesn't just ease tension, it lets us view everything with greater calm, freeing us from the pressures of things we often overestimate. Intentional rest should become a fixed habit, not just a random act of relaxation. Set aside time each day, perhaps after work or in the evening, for activities that let your mind escape from work and responsibility. It could be a few minutes of meditation, listening to soothing music, or simply sitting quietly in a peaceful space. Making relaxation a regular practice not only replenishes your energy, but also helps you master your emotions. Better sleep, a more enthusiastic morning, and a balanced new day are gifts that rest can provide. Rest isn't merely stepping away. It's freeing the mind from endless cycles of worry and stress. It lets you live fully in each moment, rather than being caught in the pressures of work, relationships, or everyday concerns. You can start with a small commitment. Each day, allow yourself a short time to truly rest, without checking your phone or thinking about to-do lists. Instead, savor the moment and let your mind be still. Rest isn't an interruption, but a part of our journey. So, begin with small steps. Take time for a peaceful meal, read a page of a good book, or simply sit, breathe deeply, and let your mind relax. This is how you return to yourself, listening to your inner needs, and gradually becoming a calmer, stronger version of yourself. Habit 9. Smile more often. After embracing rest to restore energy and find balance, we reach the final habit in this journey, smiling more. Smiling is one of the simplest yet most effective ways to lift the spirit, soothing the mind, and bringing joy, even in challenging moments. In Stoic philosophy, smiling isn't merely an emotional reaction. It's a way to approach life with lightness, ready to face any obstacle without letting stress take over. As the saying goes, laughter is the best medicine. When we smile, our bodies release endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin, hormones that naturally improve our mood. Interestingly, research shows that whether a smile is genuine or forced, the brain still responds positively, creating a beneficial impact on our well-being. Have you ever tried to smile even when you didn't feel like it? Maybe it was at a tense social event, and you noticed that just one simple smile helped you feel more at ease. In such moments, a smile acts as a natural remedy, balancing our emotions. So why is it hard to smile more, especially during difficult times? Faced with daily challenges, it's easy to get caught up in life's seriousness. Seneca reminds us, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. A smile can dissolve these heavy thoughts. When you smile in the face of adversity, you're not denying the problem. You're creating the space to view it with a lighter, more open perspective. Smiling keeps your spirit from being weighed down by invisible worries, a practice Stoics see as essential to protecting oneself from unnecessary suffering. Imagine a stressful workday ahead, dealing with demanding clients or tackling tasks that require intense focus. Yet, if you start your day with a smile, maybe from a friend's funny story or a joyful moment with family, your mind will feel more prepared to handle the pressures. Stoicism doesn't suggest avoiding difficulties. Rather, it encourages us to face them with a positive, light-hearted attitude. Smiling, in the Stoic sense, is an intentional act. We may not always feel like smiling, but by actively seeking out the positive and cultivating a joyful outlook, smiles come more naturally. Smiling not only lightens your own spirit, but also lifts the mood of those around you, creating a ripple of positivity. In practice, when we smile, there's an invisible power that influences the emotions of others. Imagine stepping into a tense meeting room. If you smile, even without a clear reason, you can foster a more comfortable atmosphere. Your colleagues will pick up on this positive signal, and the meeting might flow more smoothly. The joy you bring not only brightens your own day, but also that of those around you. Have you ever tried to uplift someone else with a simple smile? While a smile won't make problems disappear, it allows us to view them with a positive mindset, easing tension and making room for optimism. Your day will feel brighter, not only because you're happier, but because you've spread that happiness to others. The small habits you've explored today are more than just actions. They are precious pieces that bring us closer to our true selves, where happiness isn't a rare moment, but a sense of peace radiating from within. Remember, a good day isn't a flawless, perfect day. It's a day where you've lived fully, with gratitude and persistence. It's a day where you've found inner peace amidst the turmoil and nurtured your spirit in the hustle of life. If you found this video helpful, please hit like and share it with those you care about, those you believe could find positive change through these small yet powerful habits. And if you've stayed with me to this very last moment, you've already overcome something within yourself. Leave a comment below with at least one habit you'd like to apply to your life. At the end of the day, come back and share your experience with us, because your journey can inspire us all. Thank you, and see you next time.